Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining me here today for this video, for this big announcement. If you haven't seen last week on Twitter and on my Facebook, I put up that I was going to be releasing a new video where I shared with you guys an old story from the past and where I announced this big announcement, this new venture for the IWL. And, well, I am going to keep that promise in terms of that I am going to announce this new venture that I'm very excited to share with you guys, and it is big for the IWL, and I can't wait to tell you this. Now, the reason why you guys aren't seeing this video sooner is because literally this week we got hit with some really bad news. And when I mean this week, I mean it happened like on Tuesday. Literally on Tuesday, I got hit with this news, and I've been scrambling to fix this situation for the last 3 days. And while I have it fixed now, it's still kind of a big blow for us, and it really saddens me to deliver this news to you. So before I get to the big announcement and to the good news, I gotta deliver you some bad news first. And this is gonna be a big change and a big shock to a lot of people, because it was for me, and I'm still bummed about it, to be honest. On Tuesday, I got a call from the Chino American Legion Hall, basically telling me that they went to put in their permit to sell alcohol at our shows. Because ever since they started selling alcohol at our shows, they've had to put in a permit with the State Department of Alcohol and Beverage Control, ABC, of California. And when they first started selling alcohol to our shows, they put in for this permit, and they even let them know this is for a pro wrestling show. They're selling admission for customers, for the public to come and watch these shows. Is this fine? Is this okay? The ABC told them, in terms of selling admission and stuff, that's on you guys. It's your building. You could do whatever. Well, I got a call Tuesday, basically saying they went to put in their permit, and the permit was denied. So at first, I thought, well, I guess we're not going to be able to sell alcohol at the shows no more. I mean, yeah, it's going to suck for the fans of alcohol and people who like to drink at our shows, but whatever. We've only been doing this for the last few months. We haven't been doing this our whole tenure at the Chino venue. It's not going to be that big of a deal. So at first, I was like, whatever. And then they told me that no, they want us to stop running shows there altogether. I was shocked. I was like, well, what do you mean? And the lady was like, exactly. I told them before that what was going on there, they didn't have a problem with it. Now all of a sudden, they have a problem with it. And basically, if we keep running shows there, the Legion Hall will be in big trouble, facing big fines, possibly even shut down. So yeah, folks, to make this long story short, we can no longer run at the Chino American Legion Hall. A hall that has been our home for the last 3 years, since 2010. We can't run there anymore unless Legion Hall is going to get in trouble. I try to work out some loopholes with them, maybe try to figure something out, but honestly, it's looking kind of bleak. So pretty much our June 28th show, Too Insane for Television, was up in the air. I had no idea what was going on. And I've been scrabbling for these last few days to try to find a new venue, and luckily, I found a new venue. Before I get to that news, let me just talk about the Chino American Legion Hall and let everyone know that this isn't the Legion Hall's fault. They had no choice. If it was their decision, they would let us keep running. We've always had a great relationship with the Chino Legion Hall, and quite honestly, this bums me out because I couldn't have asked for such a perfect venue. It was in a nice area. The hall itself was nice and it was big. The people there were so friendly and so willing to work with us, and they loved having our shows there. I couldn't have asked for such a better relationship with the venue than with the Chino American Legion Hall. It was so convenient for us because we're based in Chino. Our ring and equipment's in Chino. It was so easy for us to transport there. They let us set up the night before. They gave it to us for a cheap price. They were always... Basically, we had a great relationship with the Chino American Legion Hall, and we still do have a great relationship. So don't blame the Legion Hall. It is not their fault. They've worked with us to try to resolve this situation, but it just seems like the ABC just isn't having it. So before I get to the news about what's going on with the show, I'd just like to personally thank the Chino American Legion Hall for such a great relationship these past 3 years. Like I said, we started booking at that show, at that venue, since 2010. It's 2013 now. It's been a great relationship. Hopefully in the future we could make a return there, work something out, maybe find something where we could work, run there again without the ABC knowing or something. But until then, I want to wish them the best of luck with whatever they do, and I just can't honestly say enough nice things about the Chino American Legion Hall. If anyone from there is watching, we thank you very much for your support and for, having such a great working relationship with us. So, you insane, you loyal IWL fans, you're probably asking yourselves, well, what's up with the June 28th show? What's up with Too Insane for Television? Is it still going to happen? Are you going to have to cancel another show in 2013, Vic? Well, I'm happy to report that I will not have to cancel this show. Too Insane for Television will still take place June 28, 2013 at 8 p.m. on iPay-per-view. Everything's still the same. The only thing that's changed is the venue. So now you're asking yourself, well, what's the venue then, Vic? Where am I going to have to go? What address am I going to have to Google? I don't know where this place is. Well, fortunately for you, if you're a Southern California wrestling fan, you know where this place is because they've been holding wrestling shows there already. I chose this venue after looking at various venues because, I went to look at the Ontario Legion Hall. I went to look at the Pomona Legion Hall. They hear pro wrestling and they're worried about the liabilities and all this other stuff, and it makes them feel uneasy. I don't know, I guess they feel like we're going to hold satanic rituals there and, do meth or something. I don't know. But they hear pro wrestling and they're just like, I don't know about that. And, while of course they're open to it, they're going to make me jump through a lot of hoops just to try to rent the hall. It made me really appreciative of the Chino Legion Hall because I didn't have to jump through that many hoops to rent it there. So I couldn't get the Pomona Hall, I couldn't get the Ontario Hall. So they're probably asking, so what about, is it the Monrovia Hall? Is it the place where you held New York 7? It's not. And it's not because I'm not sure if I'll be able to secure a date on this short of notice. And even if I were to, the money that they asked for at that venue, I am not budgeted for. I was budgeted to pay for the Chino venue, not for what the Monrovia venue asked for. So it's beyond our budget for venue, and I wouldn't have been able to do it, at least for this show. Our next iPay-per-view will be held at the Monrovia Hall, but in terms of Too Insane for Television, it will not be at the Monrovia Hall. But we do have a good relationship with Monrovia Hall, so don't think it's anything like that. So I made a few calls, and I decided on a place, and I decided on this place because, it's going to be the host of our new bi-weekly shows. But I'm going to get to that after this. The venue that June 28th show, Too Insane for Television, is going to be held at is the Centino's Wrestling Academy in Bell Gardens. The Centino's Wrestling Academy, yes, the Centino's Wrestling Academy, which has produced such terrific students that you may all know, such as Famous B, the rookie sensation Che Cabrera, the current IWL Anarchy champion Ray Rosas, and various other wrestlers that work this region. They are a great school. They've been holding weekly shows with their students for the last few months now. They're a great venue. It's a small venue, and that might be a concern for a lot of you because it's like, it's a small venue. You're not going to be able to get the attendance that you get at Chino. And while that's true, I actually like the Centino's venue, and let me explain why. This is going to be a standing room only event. There's not going to be any chairs. You're going to be standing on your feet, watching the action only a few feet away from you. See, that's why I like the Centino's venue, because on June 28th, you're going to be able to see all the great, insane action less than 5 feet away, no matter where you're at. No matter where you're at in this venue, it's basically a front row seat. You're going to be able to see great matches, such as Willie Mack and Famous B versus the Young Bucks, right there. At ringside, against the ring, pounding on the mat if you like what you see. You're going to be able to see Justin Wright versus Damon Devine less than a few feet away from you. You're going to be able to see the first defense of the breakout title less than a few feet away from you. What I like about this is that this is such an enclosed area, such an intimate space that gives us this underground indie feel that we want. Because, quite frankly, after being declared Too Insane for Television, after being booted out of Chino and various other halls, I imagine a better way to hold it than by moving underground and being off the radar. And because this is going to be such a small venue, limited seating is available. If you can't get a ticket there, you're asked out of luck. You're going to have to watch this on iPay-per-view for $3 or $5, depending on what option you choose. But those matches, obviously, that's not all that you're going to see. I promised that I was going to deliver a main event to you, and I got it now. This is the original main event that I had a few weeks ago when I cut my first video, and I wanted to make sure this is what I wanted, and I made sure this is what I want. This is going to be maybe a little unorthodox, but I'll explain my reasoning behind this match. In my last video, I said that Johnny Suave, I was going to test him at this show because I tested him at the last show, but this is going to be another test for IWL Champion. And what a doozy of a test this is going to be. Drake Younger and B-Boy wrestled a hellacious tag team match against Eric Cross and Ray Rosas for Ray Rosas' Anarchy Championship, and unfortunately, they came out on the losing end. So even though Drake Younger and B-Boy came out on the losing end, and that's what's going to be unorthodox about this match, is that, Drake Younger, since coming back to the IWL at Wreck the Halls 3, he hasn't exactly had a great track record. He's lost the last 2 matches he's had here. But I'm going to grant him an IWL title shot, and here's why. Drake Younger is someone that a lot of people love, and a lot of people have a lot of respect for, including myself. I respect what Drake Younger does. I respect the fact that he puts his body on the line wherever he goes, and he goes all out for the people in attendance of whatever show he does. And these last 2 shows, he has done just that. He's pleased the IWL crowd. He has, in these last 2 shows, he has just rallied such a great fan support in the IWL. And quite frankly, even though his track record hasn't been that great, I think the fans wouldn't mind if I let him have this pass and get a shot at the IWL Championship against Johnny Suave. Meanwhile, Johnny Suave has to go up against Drake freaking Younger. After teaming up with John Morrison to take on the Young Bucks, which he succeeded in, he has another task at hand, and this is quite a task. Because Johnny Suave has never faced anyone like Drake Younger. While Suave has gone up against quite a few impressive opponents, Drake Younger is going to take him to the limits. And I think these 2 are going to put on a fantastic main event for the IWL crowd at the Santino's dojo. And for all the people watching in the comfort of their own homes on iPay-per-view. I don't picture a better main event for this show. Johnny Suave is going to have to go through some things that I don't think he's ever had to go through before. Meanwhile, Drake Younger is going to get a shot at the IWL title. He may very walk out the new IWL World Heavyweight Championship. Who's going to walk out the winner? Both these men have a lot to prove. Who's going to be the one to prove it better? Watch Too Insane for Television and find out. Meanwhile, the other half of Drake Younger and B-Boy, was pinned in that match by Eric Cross. Eric Cross got the win for his team with Ray Rosas against B-Boy and Drake Younger. B-Boy obviously not satisfied with that. Eric Cross called B-Boy an old man, saying, he needs his walker and stuff like that. And I don't think B-Boy is very happy that they got the win at the last show. So B-Boy personally requested a rematch with me against Eric Cross so he could show that he is not the old man. And quite honestly, to shut Eric Cross up, because, we all know what a loudmouth and braggart Eric Cross is. So I'm putting one-on-one B-Boy versus Eric Cross at this show. If you think that last match was insane, you ain't seen nothing yet. Both these men, great competitors. As much as me and my past with Eric Cross, my personal opinion of Eric Cross isn't that high. I can't deny that Eric Cross is a former 4-time champion. He is a great competitor. He has faced many people. And B-Boy, obviously, I don't even need to say his track record or his past. He has done a lot in this business. And I think I just think this match is going to be awesome. And I think you guys are going to love this match too. At the Santino's Dojo, live on iPay-per-view. We are Too Insane for Television. So where does that leave Ray Rosas in the Anarchy Championship? What am I going to do for the longest reigning IWL Anarchy Champion, Ray Rosas? Well, I'm in the midst right now. I'm negotiating his opponent. I'm not going to announce it yet until it's all finalized, until I know for sure that he could be there at this show. When I get the announcement, I'm going to announce it on Twitter and on Facebook. And if this goes through, I think you're all going to love it, because this is just, I don't know, I would love to see these two go at it. One of these men you haven't seen in the IWL for the last few months. It would be interesting for the fans in the Southern California region. I don't see a better Anarchy Championship title defense. So if I can secure this match, I will announce it soon, this week, via my Twitter and via the Facebook and via the IWL Twitter. Well, fans, now with those matches announced, now it's time to get to my big announcement. Now, earlier I brought up that I was going to be having bi-weekly shows at the Chino brothers dojo. And that is true. Beginning on July 12th, the IWL will be holding bi-weekly shows. That means every other Friday we will be holding small little shows at the Chino dojo. Now, you're probably really excited about that already, but I'm even more excited about it, and here's why. Here's why we're holding these bi-weekly shows. As you all know, we now have an IWL channel on Roku, which is now officially on the channel listings on the Roku box. So you don't even have to go through all these directions to download it. All you got to do is just check out the new channels listed. You'll see us right there. And you can just click it and download us. So for our Roku fans and our Roku users, we wanted to develop a special show for them, a show that's exclusive to Roku, a show that we could put on every week. It's going to be pretty much our weekly 1-hour show beginning in July. Our first taping is going to be July 12th. Our first show is probably going to go up the following Wednesday. Yeah, so in short, the IWL is going to have a new weekly show, 1 hour, that's going to go up exclusively on Roku. We've always talked about wanting to do a TV show, a weekly show. We wanted to see how we could do it, just to see if we could really be that good. Better than what you see on Monday nights, Thursday nights, Wednesday nights, whatever nights that have wrestling. We want to show that we could do it better. And this is our chance. So not only is this exciting for you guys, but this is exciting for us. This is a chance for us to prove that we are indeed too insane for television, that we have to be on Roku. So beginning July 12th, we have worked a beautiful partnership with the Chino dojo. Special thanks to Joey Chaos and Jezebel and Sylvia for allowing us to do this bi-weekly. This is going to be fantastic. We're going to be selling tickets to these tapings, and it's going to be standing room only, and it's going to be limited seating available. We're only going to be selling 50 spots available. So if you want to go see these tapings, you have to buy the tickets in advance on our website. Speaking of which, that reminds me, I have to go back to June 28th real quick. Since this is going to be limited seating, you guys are going to have to buy your tickets pre-sale via our website. If there's any tickets left at the door, you might be able to, but we're encouraging you to buy the tickets on our website at theiwl.com. There's only 50 spots available. So don't wait till June 28th. Buy your tickets now. In terms of when our tickets are going to be on sale for July 12th, we'll let you know. We're going to keep you updated. But that's our big announcement. Bi-weekly, beginning July 12th, you can see an IWL show every other week, and you'll be able to see it every week on Roku. We're very excited about this. We think this is just the beginning. We're too insane for television. We're too insane for anything. You go and see us on the internet, and now you can see us at the Chino's dojo. This is going to be the beginning of a beautiful partnership. More things to come, people. We're going to keep you updated, and we're going to hype the hell out of this. Don't miss June 28th. Don't miss July 12th.